Well, hey there, this is Dave DeBow, and welcome to this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. Hope you're doing well. Finally getting some sunny weather again here in Kamloops. Been kind of rainy and crappy for the last little while, so good to see the sunshine again. So here I am, about, by the time you're watching this, 7 or 8 days into the good old lemonade diet. You might recall from last week I'm doing a master cleanse, but I've found something cool and new. So instead of wrecking my lovely lemonade with cayenne pepper, read about this, they actually have cayenne pepper tablets. So now you can drink the lemonade, pop the tablet, and you don't have the crappy taste of cayenne pepper. So that's really good news. So that's what's up. How's it going? It's going pretty well. A little bit on the sleepier than usual side, maybe not quite as energetic as usual, although feeling pretty good. Still have a bit of hunger pangs from time to time, but not really that bad. I'm down about 12 pounds so far, and I think I'll go for another 5 or 6 days on the fast before I break it. And as you're watching this, I'm probably in the car heading down to Vancouver, from where I'm going to be flying to Edmonton for a presentation Wednesday night tonight at the Edmonton Real Estate Investor Association meeting. So looking forward to speaking in front of somewhere between 60 and 100 people. That's what they usually have turnout there. And then I'll be flying back to Vancouver to put on my upcoming 3-day Magnetic Investor Attraction workshop. It's 3 days this time because I've got some folks that I'm working with from Ted Thomas's group that are flying in from exotic locales like Alabama and California, and have some folks coming up from Edson, Alberta as well. So be doing a 1-day intensive with them and then doing a normal investor attraction workshop on Saturday and Sunday. Now, what I want to talk to you about today, I want to talk to you, besides that, I want to tell you a little bit about something that came to mind when I was proofreading, going through this month's issue of Canadian Real Estate Profits. And my good friend and multifamily investor expert Ken Beaton was talking about how to properly determine the price of multifamily properties, which is a bit of a challenge. So Ken was reminding us about, how values are determined based on net operating income and then cap rates and all that kind of good stuff. But he also mentioned how easy it is for sellers to manipulate those numbers. So one of the big tips he was talking about was to really watch out for sellers that try to inflate the price of a property based on potential revenues. More importantly, based on the fact that they've been skimming money out of the property for the last X number of years and not reporting that for tax purposes. Now you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal with that? You can kind of calculate that and see if it's legitimate or not, and then make your offer based on that. The challenge is that the banks are going to base their valuation for your financing upon the real numbers. Well, the real numbers according to them, the numbers reported to the CRA. So that can be a challenge. So in other words, if the owner's been skimming, let's say for easy numbers, $20,000 a year from the property without reporting that as income or without reporting that properly, then that's going to make a big difference on how much the bank is going to finance it for. So to make up for that, you're either going to have to come up with more cash, or you're going to have to get vendor financing for part of the purchase price if the vendor wants to get close to the price that they're asking for the property. Anyhow, so that was a really good tip from Ken. Speaking of tips from Ken, Ken and I and Mark Frentz are holding 2 one-day boot camps in Alberta, in Edmonton on Saturday, I believe Saturday the 24th. Yep, Saturday the 24th in Edmonton and Sunday the 25th in Calgary. It's called the One-Day Jumpstart Real Estate Investing Workshop. And this is primarily, it's going to be Ken doing a lot of training in the days, but Mark Frentz is going to get things started off in the morning. And Mark is a phenomenal asset to have as part of these these boot camps, because he's a psychologist by trade, and his real focus and his passion is on helping people to determine their why and really crack the code on reaching their goals. That's his focus. That's where he's really, really strong. And the other thing is, he's been a real estate investor since age 19. So he combines the two of these really, really well to help us as real estate investors discover our why. What is it that we really want to get from real estate investing? What's the importance of that? The importance of that is once you really dial into what your why is, then you're virtually unstoppable. Any little challenges or big challenges that come in your way, you'll always have that big goal, that big purpose at the top of your mind, and you'll be able to go through them, go over them, go around them, go under them, whatever you need to do to accomplish your goals. So if you've been kind of missing the boat on that for the last however many years, like I did for quite a long time, this is something you definitely want to see. Then Ken's going to be talking about 3 different things: multifamily investing. He's going to be talking about creative investing as well, and he'll be talking about how you can create a full-time income from just as few as 5 little single-family homes. And then, of course, I'll be talking about raising capital, how to magnetically attract investors. So if you're in Alberta, or you feel like taking a trip to Alberta to attend one of these events, check it out at CanadianProfitsEvent.com. There should be a link to that at the bottom of the screen. All right, take care. Hope you have a great week. And I will talk to you next week, give you my next weekly update, and hopefully I'll be a little bit skinnier the next time you see me. All right, take care. Bye-bye.